G'day Bitcoin, your time is up. Anthony Scaramucci is calling for a $170,000 Bitcoin. This is Trump's former communications director, $21 million in Bitcoin has been stolen from an exchange. The Bitcoin ETFs are the most successful ETF launches in history. We know that. We have some important updated information, fascinating developments in the Wright versus Copa case, and this is why Bitcoin is always winning. Here is the news with the fast facts. Let's bring up Scaramucci himself.
I want to go back to Bitcoin for a moment because, of course, you made a lot of headlines when you gave a Bitcoin price forecast of $170,000 about 18 months after the halving in April. Given the rally that we've seen, 52,000 above that level, what's your latest price forecast? Are you sticking with that?
I am sticking with that, but the typical thing, what I was trying to say in that podcast was there's a technical analysis that you can do over the past 14 years. The price at the time of the halving, if you multiply that by 4, that's typically where Bitcoin has run to in that cycle. And so I was just using a $50,000 number for April. So this could run up because there's a lot of momentum right now. You guys are seeing that the network is only producing 900 coins a day, and you've got 12 times the demand of that right now, which is why you're seeing a price squeeze to the upside. So I'm going to stick with that price prediction only because I think it's conservative based on where we are right now. And I think people need to understand, look at what happened to NVIDIA, look at what happened to Apple over the last decade, NVIDIA over the last 18 months. It's not impossible now that this asset has been regulated and has this regulatory ETF wrapper around it.
Yeah.
And remember, I've been on Wall Street. This is my 36th year on Wall Street. Wall Street sells product.
Yeah.
And these products are sold and not bought. And you have armies of people now that are putting these products in people's portfolios.
Yeah.
We have armies of people putting these products in people's portfolios. Shout out to everyone. This is round 2 of G'day Bitcoin live today. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their Sunday afternoon, Monday. Technical troubles with audio this morning, so if you can smash the like, it helps out a lot. It's pretty bullish, eh? $170,000 conservative. So who is Scaramucci? It's a pretty interesting dude, hey? I've just got a couple of things to highlight. So he is Trump's former ally. He did lose a lot of money in the FTX collapse. So the firm of Donald Trump's one-time communications director was bailed out by SBF from FTX, from Skybridge Capital. You lost money. Anthony Scaramucci, the founder of the alternative investment company Skybridge Capital, was asked at the Bloomberg New Economy Forum in Singapore, November 15. I didn't actually lose the money because SBF gave me the money, said Scaramucci, whose nickname is the Mooch. But yes, we lost money in general because the overall portfolio is going down as a result of the debacle. So yes, I guess $170,000, maybe a little bit bearish, maybe 170,000, 150,000. We'll dive into a few more numbers in 2024. We'll see. Obviously, we have the big green button behind me. We'll get into that shortly. Now, ever since Bitcoin hit 38K in late January, hasn't the price moved quick? Whales have been on a buying spree. The number of addresses with 1,000 plus has increased by 6% the last 3 weeks. That's massive. At these prices, that's a lot of capital inflow. Eric Bellahanas from Bloomberg reports that BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF has taken in $5.2 billion year to date, represent 50% of BlackRock's total net flows for their 417 ETFs. 417 ETFs verse 1, so 1 verse 416. It's taken in 50% of everything else. Absolutely amazing. This is the power of Bitcoin. So if you're not already bullish, maybe just today is a good reason to be able to stack and chill. Let's just bring it up. We have the big, beautiful green button there in the background. Now, once you understand Bitcoin, it is clear that it is, from an investment perspective, an asset with a level of risk similar to a bond, potential upside of 300 to 500%. 2024, that means a 3 to a 5x. 150,000 to 250,000 in 2024. This from Alessandro. As Lawrence Lepard brilliantly pointed out, is the most asymmetric bet of the last 30 to 40 years. Despite Bitcoin moving from 16.5K to 52K in 13 and a half months. The amount of coins that didn't move in the last 12 months remains close to all-time highs at 70%. Well done. You're all psychopaths out there. Congratulations on having those diamond hands, front-running Wall Street, or even if you came in after Wall Street, holding on, putting in self-custody. You are winning. I do want to dive into this $21 million hack that happened. This is why it's so important to get your Bitcoin off the exchange. Non-custodial exchange fixed float has been exploited for just a mere $21 million in Bitcoin. Based on suspect on-chain activity, we can confirm that indeed there was a hack and a theft of funds. We'll provide details on this case a little bit later. Did see an updated article in regards to it. I believe there's like $26 or $29 million of crypto in total, so they had some garbage as well. That's why it's so important not to leave that Bitcoin on an exchange. I would like to bring up today's show sponsor, pretty timely. If your Bitcoin's still on the exchange, you need help getting it off, you can reach out to the Bitcoin Way. They can help you take your security to the next level. Safety, the author of the Bitcoin Standard, also endorses the Bitcoin Way. They can help you set up cold storage, run your own node, keep your Bitcoin private, plan for the future using multisig, and so much more. I made it super, super easy, ladies and gentlemen. There is a link at the top of the description there. If you need a little bit of help, more and more of this is going to happen. We saw it again. When I brought up Anthony Scaramucci at the start, the reason they lost a lot of money is because FTX went down. No exchange is safe. Even any that I've recommended in the past, just get your coins off the exchange. It's super important. I did a bit of that on the weekend as well. Can understand it feels a little bit daunting sometimes, but that's the price you pay for being a self-sovereign individual. Now, 62 days, 7 hours, 48 minutes, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16 seconds until the Bitcoin halving. It is TikTok next block, ladies and gentlemen. This is when things start to really get fun, very frothy. And again, shout out to everyone in the chat that has hit the like, that's dropping all those comments. Thanks for round 2 of G'day Bitcoin this morning. Now, Circle, they're going after Tether. They don't like that Tether has the market share. Tether's a stable coin, a stable garbage coin. And I understand the benefits that Tether can have for people with remittance and stuff. Whatever, let's not FUD Tether. Let's more FUD Circle. Circle's Coinbase parent company here. They are after totalitarian control. And what this goes to show is that Circle's a CBDC. They will censor transactions. They will censor people. That's why I believe it's so important to hold the Bitcoin in self-custody. But listen to what Miss Caroline Hill has to say.
Some of those companies that you just mentioned have U.S. touch points. And I think that the U.S. government should ensure that it's using its authorities when there are those U.S. touch points. If Treasury feels like it doesn't have the authorities, I know that it sent a number of proposals to Congress late last year around expanding their authorities to cover some of those activities. I personally believe that no company should be allowed to reference the US dollar without having those democratic values inside the company, inside their US dollar-backed stablecoin. And so I think if Treasury thinks that it needs additional authorities to go over that, then I think this committee should consider that.
So to those US touch points, US financial services company Cantor Fitzgerald reportedly manages Tether's $72 billion portfolio of Treasury bonds, giving him access to US dollars. Cantor's enabling of terror and illicit activities across the globe is unacceptable. Ms. Hill, given Tether's nexus to the US financial system through Cantor Fitzgerald, does Treasury already have the authority to take action? And what should we be doing about American regulated companies like Cantor?
I would think that the Treasury Department would have the authority to take action given this US touch point, yes. And I hope that they're looking at this seriously given Tether's reputation as well as the data that we've seen that they're contributing to terrorist financing and other.
It's always about terror or save the kids. We need to be able to protect you. And at the end of the day, it always just comes down to control. All these people are absolutely psychopaths. Super easy. We can opt out. We can buy Bitcoin. We can stack. We can chill. And we don't need to deal with any of this garbage that's going on in the fiat world. Let's bring up the block clock here. Let me zoom in. That'll work for now. We are at block height, 831,024. Something very exciting. Remember that number, 6 a.m. on the dot. The Bitcoin price, 51,814. I'm going to bring it up on a different page here because this is super cool. If we get it to load, lucky it did. You didn't want me to sing. And we're loading again. The tunes are coming. So next halving, 8,976 blocks to go till the halving. Under 9,000, baby. This is huge. And we can see there 1,930 sats per USD. Good, bad. The number's going to keep going down perpetually. This is not stopping. Maybe in the short term, you get a little bit more sats. So obviously, none of this video is financial advice. We all know that. Big boy pants, ladies and gentlemen. However, for every $10 you get 19,300 Satoshis, it's still a really, really, really good deal. Stack while you can. It's not going to last forever. I will jump into the comments and questions shortly. We've got a few more things to get through. It's just going to get more bullish from here. Once Hong Kong approves the Bitcoin spot ETF, Singapore will likely follow in competition. We're experiencing global Bitcoin game theory play out in real time. Craig Wright. Oh, wow. What do we say? I think this says it all. Craig Wright's sibling, Danielle D. Morgan, testifies to prosecutors from COPA, the Crypto Open Payson Alliance, that Wright must have been Satoshi since he'd dress up in full swords like a ninja and do the movements. I got a sword in the background. And if I was to run around dressed like a ninja, nobody would call me Satoshi. I don't know how this guy can get away with it. How's that even proof? Does this make any sense? Like, this is clown world. This is true clown world. I've got a couple of things to pull out of this. It's absolutely hilarious. So, Craig Wright trial includes ninja antidote cited as proof he's Bitcoin creator Satoshi. WTF. On Friday, Craig Wright's sister, Danielle, recounted how she saw him once dressed as a ninja and another time he was working in a room full of computers. Evidence, she says he created Bitcoin because he dressed like a ninja and he's got some computers. What? Craig Wright's sister took to the stand on Friday along with two other witnesses representing him. Wright left the stand Wednesday after being accused of lying and making irrelevant allegations. The week ended creatively. Wright's sister Danielle took to the witness stand to recount a blog post that she wrote that stated, when she heard the name Satoshi, a Japanese name, she knew that was right. What? In the blog, T. Morgan recounted the time she saw Wright in the park dressed as a ninja when he was 18 or 19. A tale she says explained why she connected the dots. This is just so brilliant. He must be. He has verifiable proof. On chain, he is dressed as a ninja. She added that once she saw Wright around 2007 or 2008, room full of computers, and explained he was working on something important. Okay, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is, let's move on from Craig. Anyway, that's interesting. Is he Satoshi or not? It looks like verifiable proof. Anyway, after the halving, only 4 British HODL, shout out to this gentleman here. After the halving, there'll only be 450 Bitcoin mined per day. Assume an extra 30% volume from traders, retail, etc. You're looking at 585 Bitcoin a day being sold. $200 million a day of buying. That's an equilibrium price starting at $341,880 per Bitcoin in 60 days. If we keep it up as it is, we'll see. Big holders, not so much the 1,000 plus Bitcoin, but big holders are moving their Bitcoins to an exchange, getting ready to sell. So it could be a little bit more Bitcoin being sold per day, but Bitcoin is just math, ladies and gentlemen. It is number go up technology. Time frame, who cares? Eventually, sooner or later, it's going to zero. It's going to 1 million. Are we really going to zero? I don't think so. It's when in doubt, just zoom out, enjoy it. Let's change the background here and let's get up there. So Bitcoin, you just can't stop it. It's catching up to the gold ETS for assets. So in the gold ETS, there's $93 billion. For Bitcoin, $37 billion after just 25 trading days. This is absolutely insane. Bitcoin is eating everybody's lunch, and it's going to have dessert too. Now, massive net inflows to Bitcoin from the ETS continue, averaging 9,000 Bitcoin per day over the last week. The fact that price has gone sideways for the last 2 days means significant sell-side supply on order books at 52K. We always knew 52K would be a sign of resistance. I think it's 54K or 56K, and then there's nothing really from that price level to shoot all the way through into the 60s. It's going to be volatile. $10,000, $20,000 daily candles to the upside, but to the downside. So stack, chill, get that Bitcoin off an exchange. Again, shout out to the Bitcoin way today. Now, welcome back, Lawrence Lepard. His Twitter account got hacked. This is a gentleman I look forward to having on the channel. Another good reason to hit subscribe. Just quickly, we've got an expert, one of the world's experts, in what the financial elite, the Hollywood elite, the WEF all have in common, how they're out there to distort the narrative, to be able to control you. This guest is coming on tomorrow, host of one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Super exciting. So if you haven't already, hit the notification bell for that. We will go live. It's going to be intense. We're going to dive into the New World Order, the Bilderberg groups, everyone that is trying to enslave your mind and stop you being a free sovereign individual. Anyway, a reminder, inflation higher for longer. The 3 inflationary waves in the 1970s. Pretty daunting, hey, back in the 1970s. If this was to happen again, we're at the bottom here, and it could go much, much higher. But we need to remember they have changed the way they reported it, so we're probably actually closer to maybe the second peak on that chart here, 12 to 13% inflation. Something that normies will never be able to understand. I'm very risk averse. That's why I'm all in on Bitcoin. This is actually my story as well. I don't like risk. I like security in a way, and maybe when I was a little bit younger, I used to take a lot of chances and stuff. I'd rather think through things properly as a professional and weigh up the positives and negatives, and there are no negatives with Bitcoin, and that's why I'm all in. Alessandro says it very well as well. They keep saying they prefer to diversify because they have a lower risk profile. Total nonsense for anyone who understood Bitcoin. Unless they open their minds, unfortunately for them, there is no chance they will ever understand Bitcoin. Quite sad, but we can't change it. It's pretty important, hey, that we just stack and chill. There's so much going on in the world. It looks like it could get worse, and I don't say that to bring up any fear, uncertainty, doubt. I'd rather be prepared and hope that it's good, but being prepared is going to give us a brighter future anyway. So really it's a win-win with Bitcoin. This is an interesting video here. I'll save it to the end. He's a little bit difficult to listen to, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll bring it back. 2024 will show the world what this means. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. It's such a harsh statement, but it is so true. So it's why we stack and chill. We can see what's happening and why it's happening, because no one can create more Bitcoin. That's the ingenious point. This Bitcoin Teddy, someone can build more real estate, someone can issue more stock, someone can print more fiat, someone can mine more gold. No one can create more Bitcoin. The world's hardest, scarcest asset in the world, Bitcoin. It's the answer. What do you think about this Bitcoin Banksy here? I'm thinking about getting this on the wall on the studio. Street Cyber, if you haven't already checked them out, I have reposted this. I'll repost it maybe as another one. I'll repost it at Sean Clark 911 on X on Twitter. I'm talking to him tomorrow, I believe. So if you've got any artwork from his that you think would look good on that side, which you haven't seen there, let us know and we'll get that up on the wall. I think that one's probably the most epic. I don't know, they're all pretty epic. Just funny, world news, geopolitics. Russia's Tucker wants to interview Biden. Dmitry, Russian news anchor, had his CEO send a formal written request to the White House. We believe that our countries lack the ability to listen and hear each other, and we believe that Russian President Vladimir Putin set a worthy example by agreeing to an interview aimed at an American audience. Wouldn't it be good? It's pretty amazing. Tucker went out there on a limb, love him or hate him, but to be able to go out there and talk to the dictator, that's pretty cool. And now they're trying to do the same thing here. Actually starting a conversation. That's incredible. Will anything happen? I doubt it, but at least people have been given the permission to at least ask those questions. So, Eric Kaysen, some days I feel so outraged about the whole complex of lies, deception, exploitation designed to keep most people poor, dumb, sick and disempowered. It's just so outrageous and upsetting. Thank God for Bitcoin error. Else there wouldn't be a good way to resist. Bitcoin Congress is trying to force miners to censor Bitcoin transactions as well. Dennis Porter's doing some really good work around that. They can only do it in the US though. Like what they're trying to do is futile. They say resistance is futile. They can't stop it. The cat's out of the bag. So sorry to the government. You've lost. We won. And Lagarde put out this here. The first 25 years of the euro have been a success, but our work is not done. While a new geopolitical landscape emerging, the reasons for strengthening our common currency are stronger than ever. Purchasing power over the last 20 years. Done real well. Fiat, they all tend to zero. And price in Bitcoin, they tend to zero a whole lot quicker. Sherman, let's not worry. We don't really need his input today. Sorry, I'm biased. Now, Bitcoin's still over $1 trillion at 1.01 trill, baby. It is holding strong, $51,700. We'll bring up an updated price chart. All I want is the 24-hour highs and lows here. Let me just zoom out a sec. What is going on? Here we go. 52,020 is the high of 51,200. So an $800 move in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is doing absolutely nothing in the last 24 hours. I'll bring up the price a little bit better. 52,000, we're back above it. It's a good time to be here stacking and chilling. That video tomorrow, it's going to be pretty incredible, pretty insightful. We're going to go down the sinister route of Klaus Schwab. So hit the notification, subscribe if we vibe. Want to jump over to all the legends in the comment section here. I'll go through and we'll bring them out really quickly. These are all legends. Thanks for putting up with part two. No sound worked at the start. I can see all those comments from the last live stream. Had to restart it. 5 minutes and counting, no sound. James, well done on putting through that. Welcome everyone for coming back. What did you say loud and clear, Johnny? Sounds like a loose cable. It was, it had just deleted my microphone from the XLR interface, USB XLR interface. Super strange. Anyway, why does your chart show 50K everywhere? Let me refresh. Yeah, it's still 52,018. If we have a look on the block clock, let's have a look here. Verify, hey? 51,700. There we go. How interesting. What about CoinMarketCap? Bitcoin, we are looking at 51,736. Well spotted there, zigzag. Mycelium Dub Techno. Wow, wouldn't that be a journey? Mycelium Dub Techno. This one goes down as the no audio show. That's still 33 people are watching. Yous are all legends. Read chat, homie boomer. Push that sound button, Sean. Let's find out when this new stream started. Yous are all good. Stay away from the S-Coins. Read the books, read the bugs. Orange Pill, new dance move. I can't hear anything. The book is upside down. Interesting. Was I holding it upside down when I was holding it? That's the right way up there, ladies and gentlemen. 69 in the house, out of phase. Gargoyle. It's hard to read the comments and be able to talk and stream at the same time. So thank you very much for jumping in there. 369, Orange Pill Dispenser. Let me get to these new comments. Sound is working. Normally I can't hear. Now we can. You've been muted the whole show. How unfortunate. Anyway, start over, which we did. Too early for April Fools. There we go, $52,000 chart. So $51,731.66. So back, loud and clear. Orange Pill Dispenser, Mr. Android, McLovin, Rock and Roll, Gargoyle, Out of Phase, OPD, Orange Pill Dispenser, Mr. Android. Click the like for Sean being a legend for redoing. McLovin, I still hit the like button even though the audio technician sucks. Just kidding. I think McLovin, they say GFY. AIM 3080, I appreciate yous all being here, truly. McLovin, you always make my day so bright. We, what was that video called again? Not Breaking Bad. Anyway, I know the video. Sometimes I just get stuck on words and names. Sorry, what was the price prediction? $170,000 just on that price prediction. It's probably one of the lowest ones coming out there. He did call it conservative, so it's not bad. Hey, as a conservative price prediction, they need to be pretty careful. Bitcoin shout out to Vipul, Gargoyle, Slow Sunday, going to put the dinner on. Johnny Midas, Green Candle, Gargoyle, Wall Street on holiday for Mondays. Oh, that's good. I wonder if they bought from Friday already. I want to know how that works over the weekend. If Bitcoin is risky, then what is fiat? Trouble. Is Tesla worth holding? I don't know. You do you. I do me. For me, it's Bitcoin, but I don't know. In the past, it's done really well. I don't know if there's as much upside. Maybe long term. That's probably maybe James Investment Answers or something. Just don't go down the altcoin garbage casino nonsense that he pushes. He talks about Tesla a lot. I don't know. Maybe. Not my area of expertise. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that, Michael Gargoyle. I feel metal in our future. Hit the like button. Long-term Bitcoin is virtually guaranteed. Absolutely, McLovin. Nothing if certain. We are Satoshi. The air's pretty thin up here. Craig the Ninja, what a clown for real. I've nurse's costume, Johnny Midas. That must make you Satoshi as well. I think anyone that has ever dressed up in their entire lives, no matter how old or how young they were, we are all Satoshi. He wasn't dressed as a clown. I like Japanese food. Am I Satoshi? You must be, Luke. Everyone. Gargoyle, mystery solved. Will the real Satoshi please stand up? I never sit, ladies and gentlemen. I watch lots of anime, guys. I'm actually Satoshi because of that. You're too good. Baseline Benny in the house. Isn't the cultural appropriation white dude dressed as ninja but must be Satoshi? Maybe they should get him for cultural appropriation. Diamond Hands. Morning, Charlie in the house. Another fantastic day. Keep it cold. Let his sister go. Sounds like we might find more crimes than perjury. G'day, friends and family. You're finally starting to listen. Chris, let's get at it. How awesome. Bitcoin, the juggernaut of predators. McLovin, when all the money printers are destroyed, maybe Bitcoin will go to zero. It won't... Yeah, it's not going to happen. They just cannot stop. They cannot let go of it. got a couple of interesting questions because they could just print a whole lot of money really quickly, buy so much Bitcoin as they can. Sure, the price would be so much higher, but maybe, like at the moment, they're buying gold, the central banks, maybe they'll just start buying Bitcoin, and they don't really care what price they're getting it if everything's going to zero anyway. Lizard people, Baseline Benny, all inflation is transitory. Looks mega cool. I can use chopsticks. I'm Satoshi. BSV taken off Coinbase. Tucker Putin was rad. It was a real interesting. He could have hit him a bit harder with some of the questions, but would have been pretty careful talking to Vladimir Putin. Imagine being up on the 10th story and don't like a question. See you, Tucker. It was nice. And but I think it's good just opening up Discord. It doesn't matter if we like it or hate it. We want to hear from them or not. It's nice to see every side. The black hole of Bitcoin is going to keep sucking in capital at a gradually fast rate over the coming months, years, I believe. Why is Anthony so bearish? It's a good question, Raven. Can use a computer. I'm the real Satoshi. Lost an older friend, was trying to orange pill. He was furious. I'd fallen for it. I was stunned by his anger. GW, that's insane. I've given up trying to convert people. You can just tell from their expression they think we're all throwing our money down the drain. Everyone's going to get Bitcoin at the price they deserve. As I review Bitcoin's ledger, I find myself respecting it more than a pallet of some others' paper. If Satoshi is alive, he, she, it must be laughing hysterically at all the shenanigans. I think they're having a grand old time. Satoshi will just be kicking back, chilling. Anyway, stack and chill, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow. It should be an interesting interview. We will dive into Bitcoin. It's going to get a little bit deep. It's going to grind some people the wrong way. There will be a lot of conspiracies. There will be a lot of truth, and we'll try and unpack it and find out what is going on. Jamie Dimon, Elizabeth Warren, Klaus Schwab. We can dive into Tay-Tay if you want to as well. So tune in, hit the notification bell for that. We'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Peace.